In the decades leading up to World War II, China was in a state of political, economic, and military weakness. There were a number of factors that contributed to this weakness, including internal divisions, external pressures, and a lack of modernization. One of the primary reasons for China's weakness was its internal divisions. The country was ruled by a series of weak and ineffective governments, each with its own regional power base and competing interests. Corruption and inefficiency were rampant, and there was little coordination or cooperation between the various factions. This made it difficult for the government to effectively govern the country, let alone defend it against external threats. In addition to these internal divisions, China was also facing external pressures from foreign powers. European powers, particularly Britain and France, had established a series of concessions and treaty ports in China, which gave them significant economic and political leverage over the country. Japan, too, had established itself as a major power in East Asia and was beginning to expand its influence into China. These external pressures further weakened the Chinese government and made it difficult for them to assert their sovereignty. Another factor contributing to China's weakness was its lack of modernization. Unlike many of the other major powers of the time, China had not undergone significant industrialization or technological advancement. The country's economy was largely agrarian, and there was little investment in infrastructure or education. This made it difficult for China to compete with other countries on the global stage and left it vulnerable to external pressures. Finally, China's military was also weak and poorly equipped. The country had a large army, but it was poorly trained and equipped with outdated weapons. In addition, there was little coordination between the various regional armies, which made it difficult to mount an effective defense against external threats. All of these factors combined to make China a weak and vulnerable country in the decades leading up to World War II. However, despite these challenges, the Chinese people and government persevered and ultimately emerged from the war as a major power in the world. The struggles and hardships that China faced in this period laid the groundwork for the country's eventual rise and development into the superpower that it is today.